So last night, Ruben Studdard was eliminated from The Biggest Loser for the second time. I love my Ruben, but Ruben, he was just eliminated a month ago for not losing enough weight. So just 2 weeks ago, they brought him back because there was some sort of technicality. But last night, he was booted off again because all he lost was 2 pounds last week. Well, losing weight is difficult, you know? Quite frankly, if we could all lose 2 pounds a week, we'd probably be pretty happy. You know? So just take a look at Rube, and then we're gonna talk about him.
Red team, I'm sorry to tell you that you have lost the weigh-in tonight, and one of you is going home. Ruben, I'm sorry to tell you you've fallen below the red line and you are eliminated.
And when you see me on the finale, trust me, I'm gonna be the baddest, finest, freshest, period, person in the theater. Believe that.
Thank you, Ruben.
And thank y'all, I love y'all.
Ruben, like many of us, you have no willpower. And when you come here on our show next Tuesday, yeah, he's coming to the show next Tuesday. When you come to our show next Tuesday, now, I must admit, on the Soul Train red carpet, when I did, you know, my red carpet special, it did look like Ruben had lost a few pounds. He's lost 70 pounds in total since starting, which is a big deal. But, you know, if by chance he needs intervention, then there's nothing wrong with asking for help. You know, we talked about this, Ruben, the sleeve, the gastric bypass, you know, something. Because in addition to him being a performer, so, you know, sometimes, you know, the women who are his fans, they like to see him look a particular way, and there's nothing wrong with a fluffy man, but heart-wise, that's a lot of fluff. Now, I gotta tell you something, Ruben. You know, like Lisa Lampanelli got the gastric sleeve, and she's 52 years old, and this is what she used to look like. But I have a picture of her. Oh, I'll call it the hot shot of the day. Hit it. This is Lampanelli now. Go. Right? At 52 years old, she's taken that weight off and added years to her life, in addition to looking really funky with the Miley Cyrus do and a fly leather dress. So, Ruben, the before and after of Lampanelli and so many other people who've gotten that help are Governor Christie over in Jersey, although when I squint, I still don't see that he's lost anything, Ruben. But we should do something when you come here. We should do something. All right, so I'll see you next Tuesday, Rube. Right after he finishes the interview, we should tie him down and roll him up to Lenox Hill Hospital. Okay? He'll thank us in the morning. Ryan Seacrest is 38 years old, and he's got a new girlfriend. And not just a girlfriend, she's hot. She had men and women at this show looking like, what? Now, before I show you her picture, if you happen to be with Julianne Hough right now, back her away from the knives. Because he ain't coming back to her. This is what the new girlfriend looks like. Right? Right? I can't tell what's better, the bathing suit, which is gorgeous, or her perfectly tanned. She's not too tanned. The tan is good. The slight pillow of the abs, it's not so washboard that it's unattainable. Her boobs look perfect. Her hair is perfectly beachy. Ryan, nice. Okay, so we did a little digging and we found her name is Shayna Taylor. Shayna Taylor Seacrest. Shayna Seacrest. Mrs. Seacrest. Sounds good to me. Okay, TMZ is, okay, we can't figure out how old she is. TMZ says she's 23. USA Today says she's 38. Well, in this picture, I say she's 23. But I have a picture of the Lovebirds. Let's show that picture of the Lovebirds, where she could very well be 33. 33. Look at Ryan Seacrest. He's like a cool dude there. He doesn't look like He doesn't look like the stiff guy that he always is on TV. You know, he's just stiff and perfect. It's in a good way, Ryan. But okay, so this girl, Shayna, reportedly went to meet Mr. and Mrs. Seacrest, Gary and Connie, over Thanksgiving for the Seacrest trip to South America. And if you know anything about Ryan Seacrest, you need to understand that Connie and Gary probably don't play that showbiz thing, okay? They raised their boy below the Mason-Dixon line. Southern people always have a way with family, you know, and Hollywood is not going to break that. So for him to, I don't know how it works at your house, but to bring somebody home for Thanksgiving is generally a pretty big deal. You don't just bring any tramp to your mom's house, you know, or family vacation. So look, the only problem with this young lady is that she was recently, well, this is not the first celebrity romance she's been involved with. Well, it's not the celebrity thing, it's which celebrity. She was spotted kissing Terrence Howard 2 years ago in St. Bart's. Fantastic actor, Terrence Howard, but I read a lot of things about him. Okay, if we just push the Terrence Howard thing out of our mind, I like her as Ryan Seacrest's girlfriend. Do you like it? Yes. I like it. Well, good luck, lovebirds. We'll be watching. Yes. All right. So, the thing about child actors is that whenever they decide to speak out about what it was like being a child actor, whether it's at their school or to their family or to the fans or whatever, they're always old and irrelevant, you know? Like, well, no need to be nasty, but you understand what I'm saying. What I like about Demi Lovato is that she's still relevant. She's only 21 years old. She's still virtually a child, and she's still doing her thing. So when she speaks to us, I think it's important that we listen because I have a quote from her about how it is growing up being the boss in your household. And this is what she says. And remember, she is on the X Factor, so we still watch her every week. Remember, she spiraled out of control with drugs. She's sober and vigilant about staying sober and speaking out whenever, you know, she sees somebody on a slippery slope. Not in a judgmental way, but just in, you know, an observational way. And this is what she says about parental control. She says, my parents tried to control me, but I'd be like, oh, really? I'm grounded? Well, I pay the bills. They did the best they could, and I think that's why a lot of young stars struggle when they're making money or providing for their family. She's saying what we assumed, but nobody's ever said it except for, you know, somebody like Danny Bonaducci. He was a child actor, you know, and now he constantly speaks about, you know, what it was like back then, and Corey Feldman and, you know, a lot of the kids. But this girl, at 21, I like that she's saying it, and she's still, you know, a young lady. And, you know, I don't know what parents are supposed to do when their kids are paying the bills. You know, it's got to be difficult. I'm grounded. I pay the bills. You know, you can imagine that. You can imagine wanting to backhand your daughter across the kitchen, right? But maybe that's where, if parents keep their day jobs when their kids become famous, maybe they have an agreement. Like Dr. Bynes is a dentist, Amanda Bynes' father. So he's a dentist. I don't know what Mrs. Bynes does, but maybe in a case like that, I'm just using this as an example, maybe one of the parents quits their job to be like an overseer of the people who are overseeing their child's career. But for both to quit and then sit back and accept Porsches and large houses and a stipend, you know, or an allowance from your kid, that's just asking, that's just asking for trouble. You know, it's just asking for trouble. Anybody in here, do you want your kids to go into acting? Are they taking acting classes or anything? No. You're smart. You're smart. It's an adult game. It's an adult game. Anyway, let's move on to Roseanne Barr, who I love. I love Roseanne. She's been here before. It's just such natural, lighthearted conversation. I could watch that Roseanne sitcom all day long still in marathons. I just found that family, and then when Sandra Bernhard came on the show, I mean, there were just so many moving parts to this Roseanne show that I just loved. I found Dan sexy. Yeah. You know, I mean, I found him sexy, and I kind of liked their love. And anyway, so Roseanne is lashing out at Hollywood. She went on this Twitter rant all Thanksgiving weekend. Just like pages and pages. After her latest TV project fell apart, and she's now vowed never to work in TV again. See, it's a shame that reality TV has taken over so much that good people, I still think of Roseanne as being relevant. Doesn't she look gorgeous here? Yeah. Everything, the lipstick, the teeth, the glasses, the hair, the outfit, she's kept her weight off. She's a cool lady. Anyway, so she says that she's gonna make her own show and put it on the internet, and it's gonna be a sitcom including killings, nudity, did she say drinking and drugs? Oh, cursing? Well, that sounds like our kind of sitcom. Just include that laugh track. Cursing. But you know, it's one of the things that's happened, I think, with TV, and you know this. There are 1,000 channels on your TV, so you have a million different places to go, and a lot of what's on TV right now is reality, whether it's something on the Discovery Channel or Nat Geo, or whether it's the Housewives fighting or Duck Dynasty. And so, like, last night was a beautiful night of TV. You know, along with The Biggest Loser, yeah, I did watch, what did I watch last night? I like The Mindy Project. Tuesday nights is my dad's. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You don't watch this stuff? What are you watching, reality TV? Okay, that would be The Biggest Loser. So see, even you know, then you get stuck with reality TV. Anyway, Roseanne, you make that show, we'll be watching. We love you here. Okay, I've got something really amazing to show you. It's a picture of that, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kim Zolciak, bouncing back after giving birth to her 5th and 6th child, twins. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is 4 days after giving birth. And before I show you the picture, keep the hate out of your heart. Go. 4 days. 4 days. I think she looks terrific. And I'm not one of those haters. Like, I gained 103 pounds when I was pregnant with Kevin. I have every right to say, that's Photoshopped. She got surgery or whatever. No, that's just good snapback. She apparently just gained enough weight to have the babies, but not in a skinny, where's the baby Rachel Zoe kind of way. You know, like, you know, Rachel Zoe, she practically has an inverted stomach. She's so skinny and she's pregnant. But here's Zolciak while she's pregnant. Just show the picture when she was pregnant with the twins. Right? She even looks hot with the it looks like she didn't gain anything in her thighs, nothing in her arms. The boobs are tasteful. It's all in the belly. You know? Are you hating on this? You know what? I have to say, because you know, I can be very cynical. If this picture was 4 weeks after giving birth, I might be the first one to lead the charge. She got liposuction. You know, just hating. But this is 4 days. That's 4 days after birth. Just that. And the reason that Croy is with her is because Croy, even though it's football season, the fellas here tell me that he's not suspended. He's broken. He's injured. He's injured. An injury for a sports guy is never good, but at this particular time, the injury couldn't have come at a better time because she's got somebody, you know, she's got her husband there helping out. So, you know, congratulations on having 6 children and snapping back so well, Kim. Good. Have you been following that relationship with Miranda Kerr, the Victoria's Secret model, and Orlando Bloom, the actor? Well, I already shared with you that they're going through their divorce, and they have 1 child, a son named Finn. He's a goober. He's, you know, a little kid. Anyway, but she may have a new man. And I'm trying my best not to look at this as like Simon Cowell and the woman who's carrying his baby kind of way. But reportedly her new man is a friend to Orlando and her. And the new man was married, so I guess they would have like foursome dinners over at Blue Smoke where they would drink those drinks, the Moscow Mule. You know, so it's kind of sketchy. But he is a billionaire, and not just a one-time billionaire. I heard ew over in the rafters. He's worth $7.7 billion. Does he look better now? Ken, you're very superficial. I'm more concentrated on, where do these girls find these billionaires? Like, do you remember when $1 million used to be a lot of money? Do you remember when it used to be when you said somebody has $10 million, that was like a wow? Now you are not even in the door unless you have at least $1 billion. The rest of us are just slobs. $7.7 billion, and he's going through a divorce as well. So, look, I don't know how this relationship with Miranda and him, whether it overlapped, like maybe there was I don't know anything about that. All I'm saying is that it's kind of sloppy that of all the men in the world, you have to get with a friend of the family. You know, I'm sorry, and there are many, you know, of our older bitter aunts or some of our bitter friends who will have us believing that all men are in jail or they're gay or they're married. And that is simply not true. And I've said this before. Like, I might be a married woman, but when I was a single woman, I never had a problem getting boyfriends. You know, boobs or no boobs, fat or no fat, really? Like, there are at least 5 people out there for everyone. So, you know, if you happen to be single, like, the worst thing in my opinion, the worst thing you can do is poach on a family friend in a time of need, in thinking that he's the only man out there. I'll be following this story only because it just got more interesting, right? So, you know I love to read all the magazines, and one of my favorite magazines happens to be Us Weekly magazine. And when I go to Us Weekly magazine, the first page I always turn to is 25 things you don't know about me. And, you know, because they put actors and actresses and singers in there, and they list 25 things that you wouldn't see, you know, on, you know, a random talk show. And they, you know, so this week it's my turn. I know. Okay. So, I'm not gonna go through all 25 things, but as I'm making this list, because, you know, sitting in this purple chair and being on TV now for 5 seasons and on radio for like 25 years of my life, I've always been a public person. So I'm thinking, you know most of the things that I care for you to know about me, the things that I hold back, or because that's my business, not yours. Look who's talking. I know! Anyway, but even like my staff, they were shocked. Okay, here's one thing. I've never sent or received an email. Call me. Send me a telegram, write me a letter, put a stamp on it, but most important, call me. Then here's the other thing. I can eat liver morning, noon, and night. Excuse me. I love liver and onions. I love calf liver. I love beef liver. I love it on the grill. I love it in the oven. I love liverwurst. I love liver pate on a raft of bacon. I love liver. The problem with organ meat is that it raises your cholesterol. And I love liver so much that I have to time the intervals of days or weeks in between. But I love liver, okay? And the third thing, and that's all I'm gonna tell you from the list, the other 22 are in the magazine. I'm gonna need some camera assistance for the following, and don't judge me. I was born with a 6th finger on my left hand. Excuse me, before I show you Rambo, that I wish that my parents kept on because my how you doings would be really fantastic, right? All right, now, and here it is. Here it is. All right, do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see the bump? Do you want me to profile and look, there's a little profile. Yes, it gives a whole new meaning to clip my nails. How you doing? Anyway, thank you, Us Weekly magazine. You can pick up your copy on newsstands today.